Hey guys, good morning. Gotta put my YouTube video glasses on. I'm gonna do a story about this young guy who I knew for a short period of time, and I was in one night it was very cold outside, and I was in Santa Barbara, California, and it was a couple of years ago. Um, so I went to the homeless shelter, and I was sleeping there one night, and I was on the top bunk, and I looked over and I seen this young kid walked up, um, and uh, I looked at him and I kind of looked away and I looked at him again, and I was watching him making his bed, and I was looking at his face and his his parents, how he looked like he did not fit to be in there. He was too high maintenance, very clean teeth, high maintenance. Everything about this man was high maintenance, and seemed like this man did not belong there at all. And I guess that night I said hi to him, and so the next morning we woke up, and I kind of got with him, and I started talking to him in the mornings after breakfast. And he's like, I don't want to go in there no more, man. I'm like, yeah, me too, man. He goes like, oh yeah, but you know what? I got a spot over here on the beach, man. We can go sleep on. And so that night, me and him, we went on the beach, and I laid next to him about maybe 10 feet away, and I'm on the beach, and he's on the beach, we're sleeping. And we'd done this like a couple nights, and I've been, sleeping on the streets at first when I first got out here, like 4 years ago. And God, it was that long, 4 years ago. And and it was weird because all he had is a backpack, a Bible, like a book. He had a book. He didn't have a Bible. He had a book. He was reading this novel, whatever. But and it's like he had no money. He had tore up clothes and tore up shoes and everything else. But it seemed like he just got out of the rich car and jumped in some homeless clothes, and he was out here on the beach with me sleeping. And like a couple nights went by, and I looked at this guy. I go, dude. I don't think you telling me the truth, man. I think you're from somewhere else. I think you're a CEO. I think you own a suit, something like that, a suit company, and and you're from a great family. And what's your problem, man? I mean, you don't belong out here. And he's like, bro, I can't tell you right now, man. You know what I mean? He goes, we was talking. He got really close with me, so close he comfortable where he can really can talk to me. And he said, I can't really tell you right now. After I leave, he goes, then I can tell you everything. But right now, my name is Mr. Flint. And I said, okay, Mr. Flint, this is Mr. Waterman, Steven, you know what I mean? And I was, when I went over there and he was laying there at that, he's over there getting his bed prepped over there by the end on the beach by the mountain, by the cliff over there, by the wall. And I brought him a big wet burrito. We had down here. It was like 11 something. Man. It was a big old wet burrito, some chips, and I ran all the way over there. I think I had a bicycle. I'm not sure. I think I had a bike at that time. I did. I went over there, and I seen him, and we got our spot. And I surprised him, man. I'm homeless and had no fun, no money, and I got my knife out and I cut that burrito in half. And I gave him the burrito, and I gave me a half of the burrito, and gave him some chips and stuff, man. And, he prayed over his food, and I prayed over my food, man. You know what I mean? But I blew his mind when I brought him this wet burrito, man. And I was feeding him and helping him and show him, tell him what's going on in town, where you take showers, where you can get some, clean clothes, what you can do. I mean, I was telling him what I knew out there on the streets. And, it was going on for like a week, man. It was like a long time, a week or 2 weeks together, something like that. We hanged out. We started going to places. I showed him. We was up State Street. We was taking pictures together, doing all kinds of shit, man. I got really close to this guy, like a one of my best friends, man. And he left his backpack at his sister's house, and I guess in Colorado, I believe in his backpack in Colorado. And he said his sister's gonna come over and give him his backpack on the pier over here beside me. And so we walked over there, and I met his sister, and I gave the guy a hug, and I told his sister everything. And I had tears in my eyes and shit, man. I didn't. My best friend was leaving, you know what I mean. But then again, I have a heart for this guy, man. And so he left. I was crying and shit, man. And I found out later, this guy here, man. He lived in Salt Lake City, you know what I mean? He had a sister lived out here in California, man. He was a fighter pilot, man. I didn't know he was a fighter pilot. Blew me away. I found out he was a fighter pilot, a fighter pilot. And then I found out he was on American Idol. I was like, well, wait. He calls me up and he goes, hey, Steve, man, I'm going to be in my American Idol, man. You need to watch this, the show, tonight. So I got on there and watched the show, and there he was. It was a big, weird mystery, man. He was this guy who was out here poor, living like me, and I was taking care of him. And I found out his dad was a retired, a lawyer, in Salt Lake City. And he came from a beautiful place, and, he's a CEO, and he has lots of money. And he's a fighter pilot. But the best thing about this guy, man, I found out, when you're, in God, you know what I mean, and you're a Mormon, you know what I mean, and you're in Salt Lake City, man. God put you on missions. So God put him on a mission to be here in Santa Barbara for a couple months to feel like what a homeless would be like. So God told him to go to Santa Barbara and to see how to feel to be like a homeless man. And he did that, and he met me. In the meantime, God told him to go up in the mountains with a .22 rifle and a knife and something, one sheet to go over like Rambo, go over him. And, and he ate squirrels, for a longest time, man. He parked his car and he walked out in the middle of nowhere. He got lost and he lived out there for a month, whatever, or 2 months, whatever the God told him to do. And this is his second mission. This was his mission. But after that, I got really close to this guy. He was my best friend, man. He left, and I cried my eyes out. And then again, you know what? His name is not Mr. Flint. I'll tell you that right now. And, and he was a fighter pilot, man. He just got on being a fighter pilot for a while, man, in American Idol. And you know what I told him that night when I was sleeping that night? I told him, you know what? I think you're a CEO, and I think you own a soup business. You know what he told me? He goes, I do own this. After he left, and I call him back. We're on Facebook together right now, and I can't believe it, man. I got goosebumps right now. But he tells me, he goes, oh man, what's the story again? But he's like, I do have a CEO business, me and my friends, and we have a soup business. You know what I mean? But I had it for a long time, and I made some money, and I'm out of it right now because I'm flying F-16s. So he's out here flying X-16s right now. And he was on American Idol a couple years ago, man. All him and all his comrades out there, all his pilot friends out there doing the same thing. And it was really cool. But, you know what I mean? I slept to somebody who was very important to this country. I slept to somebody who was, God gave him a mission. And I took care of him. And everything he needed out here, I gave to him. And I was his friend. I walked around, kept him safe. You know what I mean? Because he was too clean, too bright, too white of teeth, and you just knew this guy was. You just looked at this homeless man, and if you looked behind the clothes, seemed like he came off from somebody very, very rich, where he just jumped in some homeless clothes and there he was. You know what I mean? Like I see on YouTube a lot. But this was not on YouTube. I do got some pictures between me and him, and I will bring that up later, man. But I'm going to do an article or a book about this guy. He's writing a book. And then he got married, too, in Salt Lake City. He called me up and said, Steve, you want to come? And I'm like, bro, I would love to come. But you know what? I just don't have the money. I'm a truck driver. I travel the 48 states. I got fired. I didn't have no money. Last year in 2020 and 18 or whatever, but that's a lot of money I lost out, and I've been here in Santa Barbara ever since, and I haven't worked for 1 year now, and I'm still broke, and I'm still sitting here, and I'm struggling like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'm sorry about my mouth, about my cussing word, but you know what? God puts me in a lot of special people in their life, and that kind of blows me away, where I get to have that chance to be next to these people that God has them to do. They're followers, and and I love this dude, man. He's really cool, but I'm kind of tripping out, man, because wow, you know what I mean? I seen this on YouTube. This guy was like, he's rich and stuff. He got all this ripped up clothes on. He walked out of his house and tried to be on the LA streets for 1 week. It's on my video on my Facebook. Look on my Facebook. You would see that clip on there of him, being a homeless man with the video. It was a video on my clip on Facebook, and you can read my article on the bottom. My article on the bottom said, if I was poor, I like to be rich for a certain long period of time until I can go back to being poor again. I would love to be rich at one time. You know what I mean? To feel like how I was going to be, feel like to be rich. And I'm not rich. You know what I mean? I have a lot of respect for myself. Wait a minute, it's not about the money. It's like this, bro. I'm the type of guy will give, because I know God's going to give back to me. Once I give a man or a woman something, I don't want nothing back, ever. And even my buddy right now come back from, I'll tell you his name later, but, if he comes back and try to help me, man, I probably would never want to take it. You know what I mean? Because I want his friendship. I want his love. He took me to church. He took me to Mormon church. When he was out here, and, he was drilling on me. He was working on me while I was working on him. He took me to the Mormon church right here in Santa Barbara, and we went in the church, and we sit down, we had a good session and stuff, and we walked all the way back to the beach, about a couple miles. We did that together. It was fun. You know what I mean? I was a Christian at one time, and, and I'm still a Christian, and I was everything, man. I believe in God. It was kind of tripped out when I went in there. I was like, well, I'm in a Mormon place. Everybody had really nice clothes on. They were really respectful in the Mormon church in Santa Barbara right here. And it's really, really awesome, man. And he was working on me, and I was kind of working on him, because, it's not because I needed a friend. It's like I'd seen somebody who needed help, and I wanted to help this dude, man. And I was helping this dude, and, and about 2 weeks he was around me, man. He was like, come on, man, let's go to this Mormon church, man. You know what I mean? And he was he gave me a Mormon book, and I do have it here, man. And plus my Christian book here, I have it too here. But I don't know why God has certain people to do certain things in life, and I'm around to be a part of it. And well, I don't know. It's like, I would like to know how that feels like, how to be rich for a while. How does it feel like to be rich for maybe like a year, and then turn around, or like 6 months, whatever, and just turn around and go back to be poor again. Because I'm okay to be who I am today and be poor. I couldn't read and write at all my life. I'm 52 years old. I learned how to read and write in 2010. In 2011, I got my career being a truck driver, Class A commercial driver. Now, I'm very happy what I did in my lifetime, and because I get to learn to read words today, right now, all around the world. I don't need to ask you no more, or my mom or anything else, what that word means. Today, I love challenges, big, hard challenges. I would go those challenges. I know guys out there have a challenge. They give up, they walk away. I will pick that up and go with it, because when I get done doing that challenge, I get to pat myself on the back what I done. I love myself, I like myself, and I'm in my own skin. And you know what? I'm a lone person today, but I have God, and God is my Savior. And you know what? I'm just telling you guys right now, you know what I mean? I've been around, I did movies in my lifetime. I did Miracle Mile. I did Miracle Mile commercials, not one, but 3. You know what I mean? I did a lot of commercials all through my life, different things out there, and did more than just one movie. And I did Hollywood, I did all that type of stuff out there in Beverly Hills and everything else out there. I'm writing a book right now upstairs But you have to understand, I'm going through life and I'm writing a book called An Alcoholic Family. And that is my book out there. And I hope everybody out there gets to read it when I get to publish it here in another, I don't know how to publish it, but I do got it out there. I give my friends, hey bro, here, read this thing. And he's like, dude, and the girls and guys, they all reading it like, wait a minute, man, you got to keep on writing, man, because, if you keep on writing, Steve, I can't stop reading. Once I read your papers, man, I cannot stop reading your book, and I want more and more and more. And that makes me inspired to go out there and keep writing my book. I'm awesome. They invented a phone, because I tell you what, without this phone, I would never know how to learn how to read. Because, not really know how to read, but then again, Google, when I don't know a word, she will spell it out to me. But I just kept writing looking at a book and writing it on paper. I just copying it. I copy it so many times. I learned what I was reading. Okay, so now I have that, and I have a career. But this motorhome, 1972 motorhome, nice motorhome. But I just gave this to Manny. I signed it off to Manny. Here, Manny, here's a break, bro, in life. Been there, done that. Let's get back to the story again. It's not about material things. People, places, and things, man, I know how to deal with. And I know the dollar turns the world, but then again, the dollar does not turn the world, because it's all in here. Okay, I am American, and I voted for whoever is going to fix this country. That's who I'm going to vote for. So I'm not in-between person, okay? In-between person, I don't care if it's the right or the left or the straight or whatever. If you're helping the American people like me and you to get out of our situation, I am for you. But in the meantime, back to the story. I am tripping about my friend here, and he has a long name, a longer one after that, being a Mormon. I don't know how to pronounce it. There's a Michael something, but I will get back to you. But you know what? That kind of blows me away when I'm around people, special people. I don't know why. Why me? Why me do I have to feed people, help people, give them clothes all day long? Every day I'm always helping somebody else. Always. Since this guy 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I'm not sure. I got to look on my... trying to think how long I've been here. I've been here for 4 years. It's 2020 now. It's 2018, I believe. I was still here. So, 2018, I'm thinking what it was. But, dude, I live life. I live life where, it doesn't matter what happens or how life throws to you. I know how to deal with it, and I know how. I don't have stress. Need some teeth. Need some facelift, because this is all you see right here. I used to have long hair. In my 37 years old, man, and I used to be a hippie, man. I used to have a part in the middle, man, feathered and all and long. You know what I mean? When I'm 37 years old, it's in my genes. You think I hate my bald head, but you know what? I hate my face too, but then again, me and I had all these root canals and all these permanents all put in my mouth, and over the 10 years, they all fall out. You just can't put them all back in. So right now, my idea is trying to get my screws all screwed up in my head so I can look better. And maybe in life I make some money, I get a little facelift, you know what I mean, like the rich out there. But I have a lot of stress in my face because that's a lot of warrior what I did. I got a beautiful daughter. I'm an ex-husband. Thank God. Because without she divorcing me, I would never knew who I was, Today I'm a man, I'm not a little boy. But let's get back to the story. I am tripping where, you know what I mean, I'm still here doing what I'm doing. And I'm doing videos. I'm trying to be an entrepreneur. That's a new word to me, you know what I mean? And entrepreneur, that's a great word I like, man. And there's a lot of other words I like out there. I like building things, my hands. Don't matter if it's a mechanic. Don't matter what you into, I can do it. If it has wheels, or don't have wheels, cranes, forklift. Hey, technology. A lot of technology. This guy is smart up here. I know about a bunch of technology. I can motherboards. I can do all kinds of stuff, man. I'm into everything, and I enjoy life, and that's the beautiful thing about it. And I'm really, really bored. I don't know what else to do, but I kind of trip out where God, put certain people in my life, man, but I go on his Facebook and I look at his Facebook, and this young man who was like, no more than, 16, 17, running around the world and stuff and seeing everything out there and what Mormonists do. You know what I mean? He has so much on his Facebook, bro. I didn't know where to start at. You know what I mean? It's like this guy knows so many people, and he's seen so many people around the world, and now he's a fighter pilot. He's an American Idol, and this goes on and on and on and on and on. Woo! Man, I don't know how, he's on fire. He's one good-looking dude, too, man. Because, I told him, hey, man, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, bro, he's one good-looking dude. One good-looking dude. I wish I had a photo right now, but, I am going to write a story about my best friend, man. You know what I mean? And he had a beautiful wife he just married, too. I mean, beautiful wife, man. And you know what? I am telling you, God does work. God is out there. Because I look at this, man, and I had a whole lot, you know what I mean? I had my own tree business, and I used to climb trees for a living, you know what I mean? And I had everything what a man needs, you know what I mean? I had bucket truck, tip trucks, guys, 12 guys on my crew. I just had all kinds of stuff, I used to flip and buy houses, and I used to do all kinds of stuff, real estate and all kinds of stuff. Me, This guy's way smoother than I am. He's real smoother than I am. But I like his style. But then again, back when I was his age, I was looking pretty good. But now I just got some wrinkles. But hey, like I said, live on YouTube. And we just have to work it out. This is what we do, messing things up. But that's my story. And I hope you guys... I don't know. See, I want to put this out on viral video out there, but I don't know anymore what to do next. Put them out there, or don't put them out there. This is a story for a story for a story. And I'm an entrepreneur. And I want to take this guy, and I want to put him out there, and maybe I get some newscasts coming to me, and maybe we make a big story out of it. And, okay, he is fighting for our country. He was on a mission with God to come out to Santa Barbara and to be a homeless man. That blows me away. And comes out here for a month or longer to live on the beach and just trying to check out the environment, man, how the homeless people live, you know what I mean? And he tries a homeless shelter. He did not like that. He came out on the safe side of the beach all the way down the east side. We call it the west side of the beach right now. And right now, he slept on the east side of the beach, but on the beach. Mostly where all the nice, quiet people over there. That's most where people at. But, you know what I mean? I don't think he slept on the beach one time by himself, I don't think. Maybe he did, and he didn't like it. Didn't after we hooked up. Didn't after that. We slept over, next to each other all this time. But, it's kind of blowing me away, man. And still, man, it's like I don't want his fame, and I don't want his money, and I don't want nothing. But just God's on a mission, man. You know what I mean? And it's like I'm on a mission, man. I'm the one changed my life. I'm the one got that career. I'm the one, learned how to read and write. I'm the one comes out here, have a career, and I can have a house right now, and I don't. I can have a brand new car, and I don't. I can have credit cards, well, then we'll give it to me, but I can have something, but I don't. And I do that because I'm free from everything. I'm free from people, places, and things. Money, property, and prestige. So what is for me? We're on this world for two things. We're on this world to born and die. Okay? And the only thing I know in between, like I know everybody else, we have to figure out why are we here for. And I believe we're here for to write books, to get science, to get knowledge and computer science and medical science and everything, and to have the second generation take it over. Bro, when I die, I'm 52, hope I don't, I'll be 105 till I die, because I'm an ornery son of a bitch and I don't drink, use drugs, or anything else all my life, because I want to be different. I want to be different from my father. I want to be different from my brothers. I want to be different from the guy I came on the streets when I was 15 years old. You know, my dad was an alcoholic. He kicked the shit out of my mom, kicked the shit out of it, Christmas trees out the door, and presents and everything else out of the house trailer. You know what I mean? Like a football. You know what I mean? So, you know, I know where I come from. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like nobody. I want to be me. I want to be Steve Waterman, where I don't like my face no more, because I look like my dad, and I got 5 brothers, and I'm the only one that looks like my dad. Okay, but my dad just died 5 years ago. He hated his guts, man, what he did to our family. But then again, today I love my dad. I had love with my dad for 5 years before he passed. I was his best friend. You know what I mean? But you sitting next to my dad watching TV, like we all do next to our dad, just watching a show at home with him. I don't know. Maybe he just gets spooked, but he looked at you right dead in the face and said, you know, get out of my face. And you're like, huh? And you get the son of the bitch, get out of my face before I stab you with my knife. And he'll stab you with his knife. So you better get up and walk away. Okay, so that was my dad. But I love my dad today, because the guy upstairs, my savior, who gave me so much love, it just burst out of my skin. So, I just want to say thank you guys for just staying on this long and dealing with it, because I'm here for a reason, to help you. What I do for you, I do for myself. I don't say nothing to nobody out there if I haven't been through it yet. And I'm a very smart guy. If I haven't been through, I would never tell you anything. Now, when I fought for my daughter, you know, my lawyer was dirty, and they told me I had to go to English management class, psychiatrist, therapist, and didn't have a woman in the room or a guy in the room so I could see my kid. I jumped through all the hoops. What the courts and all of the else for a year and a half, jumped through all the hoops and still won the freaking case. I got alimony, child support, I got stay away money, and I got her pension too for 20, 30 years, her pension. And what did I do? Poor man can't read. You know, 2004, I looked at the judge and said, she can keep her pension because I don't want nothing to do with it, because I'm going to be somebody in life. And in 2011, from 2004 to 2010, I learned how to read. I got my career, and I moved on with life. Now I'm a man today, and I pay my own bills. I don't have to rely on a woman or a man ever again. So, in the meantime, I try to help people. But I don't know how to help people if they don't want no help. But, you know, it doesn't work out like that no more. Everybody around me needs help. And I understand that. But then again, I'm here for a mission. God has me here for a mission. I know God has me here for a mission to help you. To understand what's going through you, what you was going through when you're a little kid. When your mom and dad got a divorce. When your mom and dad, you didn't have that many kids, you didn't have no friends in school but one or two. But still, I try to help you so you can't carry it the rest of your life. So you don't have to hold that pain in here and have to drink and smoke and doing everything else to hide that pain the rest of your life until you can figure what's going on. Tell you what's going on, and it goes all the way down to your childhood. Always your childhood, because after your childhood, we start growing up, we start putting chemicals and everything else in our body to hide all that. So I get that out of you, and maybe I can change your life. But in the meantime, you know, been in the program for 32 years of Alcoholics Anonymous, AA. Today I don't go that much, but I do hang around looking at the doors once in blue moon. But in the meantime, you know, guys upstairs. I was not an alcoholic, see, but I went to AA because I didn't have a family. I grew up in an alcoholic family, man, and I went to LA, and I was like, very young, and I walked into a Pico Boulevard upstairs to the Lawn Club, man, and they invited me in. I was like, whoa, you invite me in? Nobody want me around. Except my mom. My mom was the backbone of my family, but hey, nobody else want me around. So, they said, come on in, have a cup of coffee, sit down. Shit, that was my family right there for a long time until I found my own wife, found my own kid, my own business. And you know why my wife left me? Everybody wants to know? Check this one out. Her mom and dad lived in Maine. Millions of dollars. Her first husband named Steve was a fighter pilot. Me, I'm just a little worm named Steve too. I gave her a grandbaby, that's all she liked, that's all she wanted. Me? Psst, threw his ass out a long time ago, because we ain't gonna give Steve the money. He's not in our name. He don't got our blood. So millions and millions of dollars my wife got so over there, and my daughter and her daughter and all them grandpas and grandpas. I think grandma's already dead, because she's already weighing 300 pounds that day. Ain't good, ain't on the good health, and she's probably dead by now. But there's no respect. I love everybody, I'm not mad at nobody, but just kind of figured it out. She divorced me for a freaking will, and I just know God just says, it don't matter. You can't divorce somebody for a will or adultery or anything else. So I pray for her, for the best she needs in her life, because God, she has to deal with God. But until then, I ain't going to do anything to this woman. I've been seeing her for many, many years, and I don't care. But you know what? She left me for a will. I'm broke. I'm poor. And I'm back over here trying to do this when I'm fucking, excuse my language, well, I'm back over here trying to do this all over again before I even thought I even met her. But I have my dignity today, you know what I mean? I live good, I'm healthy. I've been doing it for a long, long time. 2011 till now, it's still a long time ago, and I'm a man today, and I love my life today. I don't have crap in it, but this motorhome's worth about $7,500. 72 motorhome with 62,000 original miles on it. Beautiful, 50-inch air ride, low rider motorhome. It's not about the money, gave it to him. That's what I'm talking about. I'm thirsty. I've been drinking coffee for the past hour. I hope everything was going on with my video, because it lasted a long time, more than what I thought it was, so I try to get everything out at once, really quick, like it's working. So I don't know, again, I would like to meet my buddy again. He took off. I haven't seen him since about 3 years, 4 years. I would like to see my buddy out there. He's a fighter pilot, man. I'm trying to put his name out there, but I should wrote his name down, but I'm not going to do that, because I'm going to do another article after this. Another story after this. I'm going to write a book about him, plus I'm going to do another video with all his pictures and everything else on it, so the whole world get to see what God does for people in our lives. I just want to thank myself for fighting